What's going on? Happy, what's today? Wednesday? Tuesday. Lost a day somewhere. Go and flip it over. Happy dump day, everybody. Finally got our position on XRP. Love to see it. Had a little bit of a pump this morning, a little bit of a retest, but overall fell back down, which is what I would like to see. Like I said, don't mind which way it goes. I just want some movement and to be in the correct trades. That's all I want at the end of the day. So at the moment, we are sitting in BTC long from up here because I had to re-enter that trade that I did the oopsie on. And then we are in XRP and BTC shorts. No other shorts were taken. We got kicked out of the Ethereum long, which, like I said, that was my friend's anyways. I put some money in his account and he took the XRP short last night with me. So no more Ethereum longs down here. He said stressful day. Stressful day because of the market or stressful day because you got some stuff going on? Shouldn't be a stressful day in the market. We're making money here. We highlighted that. I mean, we've been talking about the XRP trade for last 3-4 streams at least. So shouldn't be a surprise. I thought it was a decent trade to be taken, considering the fact that if anything has like a lot of downside potential, I think it would be XRP. A lot of this pump was coming off the hype of their lawsuit and everything like that. So if we do see an actual dump in the markets overall, I think this is going to see quite a substantial dump itself. Just returning back down to baseline, everything returning to normal. We can talk about some of the upcoming positions I'm looking to get into. I'm looking to get into this LTC long if we do happen to put in a lower low than $49.76, due to the fact that that is the next available ABC. It's a generous size as well. I mean, we've been forming this ABC once we complete it for over the past month. So that's a month ABC. Ethereum, if we do happen to put in a lower low at 12.19, I'll consider it. BTC, of course, if we get knocked out of this long trade, if we do happen to put in another lower low, I might take that one. I probably won't be playing 18,026. Just me personally. I'm either going to see if we put in a lower low at 17,564, I'll go for it. I'll be taking the larger ABC position. But if not, I think I'll just continue to play 18,480. I just have a feeling that if I try to take this entry here, which is caught between this support and this support, there's going to be a lot of back and forth price action along that line. And I'm just not here for it. So I'd rather either go for the higher entry or the lower entry, whichever one decides to develop. All right. Like I said, I would like to be bullish, but if you're just being realistic here, it does seem like the downside is going to be the way to go for a little bit. And with us having shorts, I welcome it. You can see we're slipping through supports kind of across the board on the two macro markets here, US 100 and the SPY. You can see we broke both of those supports. Obviously, the US 100 has that macro local low underneath us at 10,588. Whether or not it will catch us, different story. SPY does not have that, so it does look a lot more dangerous on the SPY. And if we don't get back above this support region, which is our strongest known support region recently, it's going to be a tumble. It's going to be a tumble. As far as BTC, we've talked about that, 16,300 roughly. Yep, 16,300. That is the next available support region. If we do break that, I probably would be expecting either a retest of 13,900, but more than likely going with the local lows here, we probably will see 10K. All right. Not saying that we can't form a support sooner and get back above and back to those levels if we do see that kind of drop. I'm just saying in order of succession, it goes 16,300. If we break that support, the next available support from historical data would be 10K. Simple as that. Nothing to read into it in terms of, do I think it's going to happen 100%? I don't know. Just going with the flow here. Algo continue to drop down. I've just been watching Algo a little bit recently because I am kind of jealous of missing that that short entry, but not typically one of the coins I like to play anyways. AMD still dropping in the markets. Sucks for me. I know that a lot of you guys don't care about that, but it is one of the ones that I like to keep an eye on. KDA still falling through support here. Like I said, I'm not going to be taking another trade on KDA anytime soon. It was just at these larger time frames off of this ABC right here, which I entered twice. I know there's maybe a couple more crossovers, but I was too concerned with getting the XRP entry and everything like that that I decided not to play it. At ADA, at a good macro level for a long. Yeah, I mean, if we can come back above, let's see, 40.12 cents. I mean, that does look pretty good there, but we will see. Is it already there? It looks like it kind of got a rejection off of that support, so we might have further to go down, which I'm kind of hoping, to be honest with you. With XRP's potential, I mean, that's a lot of money on the table there. I mean, if we get back down to like 30 cents, I'm going to make somewhere around like $700 to the account. So I'd love to see that. Which I know it kind of sounds far-fetched right now, considering the fact that we're at 50 cents. But like I said, I mean, this pump really wasn't realistic. This was a lot of hype. I haven't really read into the news. I don't know what the news is. Was it just hype or is it actually bullish? Who knows? But I mean, just back down to the most recent local low, that's 31 cents. So I feel like there's a potential for a drop there just because I feel like this pump was overhyped. And if you look at the rest of the market, it really didn't quite line up appropriately with the rest of the market. So look at Link. Link has a potential hedge coming up here. We get a lower low than $7. I don't think I'll be taking that, but we will see. What coins am I holding for the long term? Bitcoin, Ethereum. Looking to pick up some ADA. And then as well as that, I still have some old ones from the past bull market. Because, I mean, they didn't really do what I thought they were going to do. But I'm really not too crazy with it, guys. I'm not sitting here trying to find the next Bitcoin. I found my Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. All right. You can make a lot of money if you play it right. And you have the security of it now. That's the biggest thing. You don't have to worry about finding out the CEO is some douchebag and then losing everything you put into it. Any advice on how not to be a misser when you get stopped out overnight and don't have the opportunity to re-enter? Be there. Like, you're going to make out, if you're going to do this by hand, you're going to have to make the sacrifice sometimes. All right. These things take months to form. And to not have enough energy to get up and re-enter. I mean, I can't say that it hasn't happened to me, but if it's a really important trade, I'm there. You know, obviously we all have different lives. Maybe you got a spouse. You can't wake up in the middle of the night to our alerts blasting. But I mean, shit, you can wear an Apple Watch and make it vibrate in order to wake you up. Something, man. When we cross over those supports, and then you can set up your alert at your stop just to make sure that you know that you got stopped out. You go reset your conditional. Me personally, I sleep right next to my computer. I have speakers, so I'll set up an alert if it's really important. I'll set up the speakers so that they wake me up. No questions. I will get up. If you had 50K plus in your account and you had a 50K plus account and trading was your only source of income, how would you manage the risk? The same as I do now. Probably close to 1%. And then I'll just play it the way that I play it. Now, it does become a lot harder because depending on your trade style, you might not have consistent gains in terms of like every single month you're hitting those profits, because sometimes it might take 2 to 3 months for me to take profit on a trade if the trend runs that long and doesn't give me the opportunity to get out. So just put cotton on your spouse's ears. Hey, you're a man of ideas. I like that. Johnny, it's your birthday today? That's what's up, man. Happy birthday. Oh, wait, no, my bad. For some reason, I read that like you were turning 30. I don't know why in my head you're 30. But no, 30 days. Let's see. Today's the 11th. Our birthdays are like right next to each other. I feel like we've had this conversation, but that's pretty awesome. We can have a little party together. But I truthfully am hoping that XRP falls off a cliff. I mean, we had a pretty gnarly dump last night. I mean, we were approaching the entry and I had to make some adjustments to my friend's trade. So I texted him like at 5:40 my time. And I mean, we weren't at the entry, but we were like probably somewhere around 51.7 cents. And I was like, please get on. But unfortunately, it went through. I mean, it just went boom, straight down. Skynet, yours is also November 13th. Mine's November 8th. We turning 23 this year. I think I'll have my midlife crisis. I mean, there's a meme like that too, but I'll have my midlife crisis when I'm like 90 years old. Bitcoin to 10K. One can only hope. One can only hope. But I did see like in someone's chat last night, someone was like, I think, yeah, it was Ryan Ma's chat. And someone in the chat was like, Bitcoin goes to 20K, people will call for 15K. If it goes to 15K, people will call for 10K. There is some truth to that. Like there's always going to be the person that thinks it's going to keep pressing on. Eventually it does have to come to an end, but that's not my job to know where. Only the potential for where it could be in terms of real-time price action. Man, a lot of Scorpios in the chat. Birthday Texas Day Brazil. Oh yeah, buddy. Any excuse I get to go to Texas Day Brazil. So I don't go alone. You know, I'm going alone once. And like it's just I don't know. It's weird. I can go to Firebirds alone and chill at the bar. But I don't know. Texas Day Brazil's a different atmosphere. Elizabeth, you too? Do I just attract Scorpios? Is this what this entire channel is? Gosh darn, man. Man, this thing better break this support right here. I am truly hoping. I hope that it doesn't do one of these little numbers. And then get me stopped out before it goes back down. If it does, it would actually be a little bit more preferable because my friend has to add some margin to his trade. Otherwise, he's going to miss out on some really easy gains if this thing does drop. Joe, that's what's up, man. You already took profit on it? Aw, digital. You're not in the club, man. I'm sorry. I entered short on XRP at 53 cents. It's going to 38 soon. I hope so. I hope so. Girlfriend's a Scorpio, though? Okay. All right. Scorpio by affiliation. I see you. Oh, Joe, spaghetti hands. I don't know, man. I mean, you might get another chance to re-enter. And that one you might be able to hold on to for a little bit if that's your choice. Me, I'm definitely holding this thing down. Now, as far as it goes with like my shorts, I did a little bit of thinking last night. So shorts are a different story than longs. Like longs obviously can go past 100%. If the market doesn't give me a ABC to get out of my short, I think if a short ever hits 50%, that's where I might call it and take profit no matter what. Just because past 50%, you're really not seeing any great potential. You're better off taking profit and then re-entering from the new price point, because then you're afforded another 50%, just because that's how downside price action works. So, but long, same deal. We'll get to that fork in the road eventually and see what happens. Taurus here, 33. Why'd you put 33 plus? I feel like that's the equivalent of like a 5-year-old that goes, I'm 5 3/4 actually. You always got to add the 3/4. I do it sometimes too, you know? It's an old habit. Unless you just don't want to give your real age. And you're just like, I'm above 33. That means you could be like 90 years old. Technically. Looking happy today, Kite. Looking like a real top G. We're doing good, you know? In some good trades. The market's moving. Something interesting to talk about. New developments. Just gets old sometimes coming on stream and then the same thing is occurring day after day. No real price movement, no new positions. So getting stopped out of a trade, getting to enter a new trade, that trade being in some decent profit. It's a breath of fresh air. It's what I come here for. Now let's just hope that we don't pump up and get stopped out. You mean no, not the 0.5 fib. I mean actually 50% of price chart movement. So, you know, if we short XRP right now at 50 cents, then that 50% mark would be at 25 cents. It's just a matter of R and R. That's all it is. So like if I take a short from right here, all right, and I go down to here, I can see like the right here, every tick that I move adds so much to the R and R, and then past this point, I have to move further and further to get more in R and R added to it. Whereas like if I took a long from down here with a 1% stop loss, oh no, it did one of these things. If I took a long from down here, I mean, just to the halfway mark. This is a 192 R&R. This is a 95. All right. So past a certain point, it's just not beneficial for me to go ahead and hold on to a short trade when I can just open up another one like right here. And I'll end up with more money because of that. Now, I'm not just going to open up another short trade just because. All right. Because you can see, look, if I just do this to this, all right, this is 96. If I do from here to here, it's 54. And then if I open up a new one, that's 71. All right, that gives me an additional like 20 to 30 R&R for that action. The further it goes down, the more consequential that gets. Whereas with longs, it just goes. There's no point where that becomes an issue. Obviously, we do want to take profit on the trade at some point to compound the trade and continue to make more money than we could have, but we'll do that when the market tells us to, not just because. How did you enter 2 positions on BTC? Should one not cancel another? So when I had my long position from this point right here, all right, from this ABC, 18,427. All right, I took that long, and then yes, if you're playing on strictly inverse perpetual, if you open up a long and then you open up a short, the short will cancel out the long and vice versa. You can't have 2 open trades at the same time. So what I did was on USDT, I opened up a long trade exactly where I took profit, set my stop loss back to where I entered the trade, right? Because I was up 120 bucks. If I lose $120, but I have a short hedge that's a 1-to-1, a little bit more than a 1-to-1. All right, so if I lose $1 on my long, I make $1 on my short. So it's basically canceling each other out. I don't tend to do that like that, but that's essentially what that was. So I have a BTC USDT long and a inverse perpetual. Flip those. I have an inverse perpetual short and then a BTC long on USDT. Just die, XRP. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to live. It's fine. It will be all right, XRP. I'm hoping it puts in a slightly higher high, makes a small time frame ABC, and then we can dump back down. Man, we're back in the thick of it. The irrational emotions taking over, making us think crazy thoughts. I added $10 to my margin here. Because like I said, my buddy, when we set up the trade, just like yesterday, I was looking at the wrong value on USDT. I was looking at order value and not the number that pops up right here in green and red. So instead of using $25 worth of margin, he used $2.50. So I calculated what that would be if I was to use it at 22x leverage. So I added $10 to my trade, which moved my average entry down. So I might get stopped out because of that. But it is what it is. Just re-enter. Trevor, what's going on, man? Come on, trusty Dusty. RSI. Another day, another day. That is true. Different day, same story. Man. I think my grandchildren will be Kite's future subscribers. He'll still be 25. I'll just never age. You guys find out I was a robot all along. It's an incredibly... What's the word? Human AI, I guess. Hey man, you think we're gonna get another leg down? You worried about any lightsaber news play this week? Lightsaber news? You talking about like green dildos to the upside, stopping out shorts? Really doesn't matter to me. I got longs on both sides, and there's plenty of opportunities for longs as well if we get back above certain support regions. So either way it goes, I just want price movement. I want to break to one side or the other. We'll make money either way. Right now, obviously I'm rooting for shorts kinda, just because that makes up the majority of what's on my play. But absolutely, if it goes long, more power to it. Just break this range, for God's sakes. All I want. It's all I need. I'm tired of being a good trader. All right? So I'm not doing anything reckless in these ranges, not taking any Hail Mary trades. I'm being a good little boy, and the market's just not doing what it needs to. You know? It sucks being a good person sometimes. Just want to be reckless. Has the weather been nice? It's been a little bit cold, actually. It's been a little bit chilly. But the sun's nice. It hasn't been raining at all. Not really a cloud in sight. Nighttime's been awesome. If it was a little bit warmer, it'd be like the perfect night. Moon's out. No clouds. Just like that faint, wind sound. Should I add to my XRP short this level or wait to see if it comes up more? Me personally, I'm not adding to my short at all. What do you think of the reality is a simulation theory? Mathematically, I think that makes sense, but to say it's all fake, I think is like arrogant. Like, for me personally, I think the universe works like a simulation. So my personal belief is that most religions view God as someone that is up in the sky and plays Legos with our lives, sets up every single event, everything is according to calculation, all that good stuff. Me personally, I think it's almost as if in the infinite multitude of how things can turn out, if there is a God or an almighty AI, it triggered some sort of creation event, and it knew that eventually there would be life, but I don't think it plays Legos. I think it doesn't know what that life will look like or what language it will speak. Maybe it's an incredibly powerful AI like the Flash's brain, and it can calculate based on this, and this, it will happen this time. Who knows? But I don't think it's that way. That's all. So like on many levels, it sounds like God is an AI and reality is a simulation, because it's just a roll of the dice. Everything's chance. Everything's random. But it doesn't mean that there can't be something greater. It's the duality between the two. It's like that person that goes, if the earth is flat, then God exists. It's like, why can't the two be synonymous? It's just that kind of ordeal. If BTC goes to 10 to 14K, it'll be a good Christmas for me. It'll be a good Christmas for all of us, especially with these shorts being in. It would definitely add a lot to the portfolio and then have even more upside potential. What I'm talking about. What about ETH, Kite? Ain't nothing to do on ETH. There was no considerable short positions. We did have one. If you were willing to take it, me personally, I didn't want to. We had XRP as an option, and that felt like a lot better situation. But the last known short position on Ethereum that was of a decent size, all right, you can go to the 5-minute time frame and find one and be like, hey, what about this? No, not the same. All right, this was an all right trade right here. ABC, all right, it would have worked out pretty damn well. All right, me personally, until we put in a new low here, there's nothing for me to do on Ethereum. Absolutely nothing. All right, like I said, me personally, I really didn't want to take this trade at all. I explained the reason why I did so. It was an example trade for a friend, and it was pretty much one of the only things available at the time. So I took it to give him an example and a chance to win some money. Just being generous. All right. But that is a really thin ABC. And the amount of time that we have spent on it is considerable. I don't trust it. If we form a larger one, all right, then I'll give it a chance. But right now, there's nothing to do on ETH. BTC is a different story. You might call me a hypocrite when I say that we've been sitting in this region for too long for me to take that position once again on Ethereum. BTC's ABC is much, much larger. So yes, we have been sitting in the same exact region, but we've been putting in higher highs, higher lows. So that one just looks a little bit stronger to me. That's all. It's a much larger ABC comparative to ETH's. If we were back above this region, it would be a different story. If I take a look at the ETH BTC chart, it almost looks like December/January's are pumps for ETH and alts. Yeah, this range is tired, man. Lightsaber as in Darth Maul hitting shorts and longs. I'm sure like we might see a whipsaw at some point, but hopefully our trades are not in the way, and if they are, we will re-enter. Once we get back below or back above if this and that statements. If I get stopped out, I'm not afraid to get back in if we get back above the point that made the trade in the first place. And if not, we probably formed a new position to begin with. How am I doing? Doing pretty good. Nothing really happened last night. We're finishing up The Boys, me and some friends. I watched House of Dragons this morning. Was that the final episode, by the way? Anybody watching that show? Was this Sunday's episode the last episode for the season? I hope not, but it might be. Just how it ended. I don't pay attention to the episode list. I go with the flow. Uni chart, please, for ABC long. Should I take the level 5.68 or 5.2? At uni? I mean, if we get a retest of this level, this was your previous ABC that you could have had as your long position. But you said 5.68 or 5.62. I would definitely prefer going with the latter one, but you can play both. It's your choice after all. They're both decent sized ABCs. That one can definitely turn into a Head and Shoulders or it can just turn into a traditional ABC with an ABC A and then B and then C. Those time jumps were annoying for House of Dragons. I feel like it was kind of jarring, but like you gotta understand, like House of Dragons, most people are watching it to like get more story on the original Game of Thrones. They're not watching it to learn these new characters. They might fall in love with it in terms of the new characters and the storylines and everything like that, but they're just trying to like give you the backstory as quick as possible and maintain interest. Because I feel like, you know, what are you going to do? I've been enjoying it so far. It's been all right. I feel like without the White Walkers, it kind of does lose its magic. Like there is no like overarching thing, but they've started to introduce some stuff. I think we're all just missing Jon Snow. I think they should just go back and redo the final season of Game of Thrones. Just be like the alternate version. This one we won't screw up. I watched the first couple of seasons of Peaky Blinders, probably up to season 3, and then just eventually stopped watching. I'm not gonna say I didn't like it. It just it didn't really capture me like some other series do. So no. Your Pentium 2 350 megahertz is running well. Dude, you're better off just using probably an old iPhone at that point. Okay, there's 2 more. Good. Dump again, XRP. What are you doing with your life? I'm taking off. Got a date with Grandma. Have a good night. See ya. Appreciate you being here. Okay, what do you think with all the situation is on the world? Are we headed lower or not? I mean, it's kind of up in the air. Like, Russia invaded Ukraine and we pumped. It's hard to tell. Might not be a bad thing for the markets to cool off. I mean, we've been going straight up for 10 years. So, I mean, I hope that the recession or bear market, everything like that, is coming to an end by the time the next halving hits. But, I mean, if we're just going straight down for 3 years, throw on some shorts, you'll be sitting pretty by the end of it. And now you got a lot of upside potential. It is what it is. Can't control what happens. You can only work with it and make the best of it. She-Hulk is the cringe season of Marvel. I've been forcing my friends to watch She-Hulk just to make fun of it. Like, it's actually an awful show. The plot sucks. If you pay attention to a lot of the details, they suck. Like, it's so bad. You know, obviously, like, there's always gonna be someone that goes, "That's just because you hate women." No, no, I don't hate women. I hate that show because it's the epitome of, like, if you want to write a woman in power, you can do that. No one's gonna like yell at you for doing that because a lot of shows have done it really well. But it feels like She-Hulk just tears men down to bring women up, which is so fucking dumb. Not the correct way to do it. The thing that probably pisses me the most is why did they need to change Daredevil's helmet? I know it's like really nitpicky, but like it's Daredevil. He's had the same look for so long. Why change what we all love about Daredevil, which is he's a red devil? Like that's his whole he's called Daredevil. Red. And they made his helmet gold. And I feel like the only reason why they did that was to have like a little teaser. Such a dumb reason. That's what's up, Trevor. What's your thoughts on the BTC chart right now, being brutally honest? Being brutally honest, don't know. We're still holding support. So technically, from a probability standpoint, still bullish. But with factoring in other things like the US 100 and the SPY and the DXY, it's easy to see like we have the potential to break this support, if not retest it. So I do think there's further downside, most definitely, but who's to say? We could turn around right now. I'm still holding my long. I'm not backing out of it just because we're seeing a little bit of downside. I took the hedge position. If we continue to the downside, the long gets stopped out. I'll continue to be in profit from my short. Time was not wasted, and that's the biggest thing. Was your time in the market wasted, and was it all for nothing? Which in this case, did pretty well, that it wasn't. Kite, have you ever tried to trade Forex with ABCs? No. I'm a crypto man. I really don't, I mean, if worse came to worse, I mean, I could trade Forex, but why? You know? Crypto's what I know and love. Andor, is that the new Disney Plus Star Wars thing? I think my friends watched that, but I haven't got around to it yet. Kind of question. If going lower is it risky in your opinion to buy some altcoins? Definitely do it carefully. I would probably line my purchase of altcoins up with local lows of BTC. Like if we're holding support at 16,300, you could potentially pick up some altcoins. If we break that support, wait until probably around 13K to 10K to buy some more. Some coins that some influencers talk about them, one of them should pay because they go to zero. Wait, what? Some coins that some influence talk about them, one of them should pay because they go to zero, your opinion. Are you saying like pump and dumps? Should people be responsible for giving money back? I think blatant pump and dumps that are using scamming tactics. Because it's one thing to kind of have a roadmap and have people buy into that project, and then the project just fails. Like Blockbuster. Blockbuster went from hero to zero real fast. All right, but it's not pump and dump. Are they responsible for their returns to their customers? I would like to see people that are a part of blatant pump and dumps that are using scamming tactics and like social manipulation. Yes, I think they should go to prison. But at the end of the day, it's a free market. If we start causing uproars like that, it only leads to regulation and preventing from people from putting their money in things that they want. Plain and simple. All right. If people keep getting scammed, there's going to be harder and harder regulations that prevent people from doing the things that we do. So it goes two ways. Be smart. Like, period. Like the amount of people that fall for this shit over and over and over again boggles my mind. And then they cry from the rooftops. Trust me, I hate the people that do it just as much as you. But at the same time, there is a level of responsibility when it comes to your finances to blatantly put 10K of your life savings in something that has absolutely no record whatsoever. It makes no sense. And if you don't think you're at a shred of fault for that, I don't care if some influencer that you love promised it to you, there is a responsibility in that factor. I'm not saying that like one party is more significant than the other. Both you guys are at fault. That's why this bull run, you didn't see me talking about a bunch of shit. All right. We talked about Meow Coin. That was the only shit coin on my list. Now, of course, we traded that whale wallet, but that was about it. But you don't see me, like, I wasn't really searching head and toe for the next Bitcoin this bull market. I just don't see the point anymore. I'd rather have security over profit any day, because long-term security equals more profit than the guy that's going to go bust after one bad play. I've seen Dahmer on Netflix. No. But watch 1883 on Discovery Plus? No, I don't have Discovery Plus. My bad. Triumph, man. I think I know what your first profit buy is going to be. Getting blue screens using a Pentium. Man is struggling. Windows 98. And he said, no, I was trying to say that they will be in the bottom and you hold them all the way up. I don't know, man. I just don't feel comfortable with that. There's plenty of altcoins that have still great potential that you don't have to find at a complete exact zero. Like ADA, probably still XRP. Like, I think a lot of stuff still has amazing potential. And the whole thing is like, all right, say like KDA is the next Bitcoin. All right. It's at what? A couple dollars? $1.30? All right. I bought Bitcoin when it was $500 and I made a lot of money. So if I miss one boat, if the boat is truly real, there's always going to be another pickup somewhere along the way. Love the page, bro. What helped you build your confidence in confluences and your mindset for hedging? So I really don't have much confluences anymore in terms of like multiple indicators saying this. It's more of a basic ideology, which is if the market is going up in an extreme uptrend and then it gets smacked back down, this shows that this is where the market is weak. And then if we have a retest and we still fail, I go short. And then vice versa, I'll go long. That's all the confluence that I really need for me in particular. Because what makes me successful long term is not the fact that I'm always right when I enter a trade. It's the fact that I have a secure way of, am I in a trade or am I not? That's all I need. And then from there, I can calculate my risk correctly and then make the most of it if I am correct. If I'm wrong, I lose a little bit. Hedging, the most important thing about hedging is not that you're going to make more money from hedging. It's that you have the potential to lock in profits and, more importantly, save your time. All right, because the one headache in trading for me in particular is time wasted. All right, if I miss a really good entry and I'm sitting on the sidelines for a month to 2 months waiting for the next possible good entry, that hurts. Especially when you're sitting in inverse perpetual and the market's going down. You're losing profit on your entire portfolio. Good example here. All right, I hit a really, really good trade right here and I traded it all the way down. And then I switched to inverse perpetual along this support region. All right, this ABC developed. I took the trade, but I didn't hold on to it like I should have. All right, so once we got to here, I took my profit and then it slipped in my hands. And then my account lost 34% and I was in no trades. It sucks. It sucks. So hedging is kind of like a thing to keep my brain in check. So let's say I have a long position from right here, and then I get into $400 worth of profit, and then this short position comes in. If I take a short position, it's probably a 1-to-1 ratio, if not a little more. All right, so if I come back down and I get stopped out of this trade, I will be still in $400 worth of profit, and I'll lose a little bit from my stop, and then I will continue to make profit on the way down. So between this region and this region, I am not making any money and I'm not losing any money once I have a hedge position against my original. So it creates like a pocket region where really nothing's going down. And it is boring, but I'd rather have that and security than to bet on one side and then have all that time be for nothing. Because I get the feeling, don't get me wrong, when people talk about going into a long and then getting stopped out after multiple days or a week or two, and to have that feeling of like, if you really look at the feeling objectively, what are you more sad about or mad about? Is it the fact that you lost $20 on that stop? Probably not. It's more about the time that was wasted in between. That's it. So as long as you make use of your time, it's going to help you mentally kind of keep charging through the market. Compounding will take over. I mean, shit, if you really stick with it for a good couple of years, you'll be amazed what your account's at. All right. This time span, it's only been like 6 months. Nothing. 6 months is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Like if you're honestly trading, you're going to be holding onto the same account for like 10, 20 years. And then by that time, maybe it's big enough to the point where like you can kind of just live off of interest in terms of, putting it in the SPY, and then you'll just live off the yearly average. I think the metric is like if you want to retire, you need your monthly expenses times 50, I think, in like a 401k or something like that. XRP, what are you doing? What are you doing, XRP? All right, it's coming back down a little bit. Thank goodness. Just dump. Fall off a cliff. Give it up. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go use the restroom. Check out the DXY. Damn. 15 minute. And DXY has the potential to top out a little bit here. Smaller time frame ABC, of course. Not really anything special, but it looks like we're still might be charging to that upside. Test this top here. We're getting pretty up there. Kite, do you only trade crypto? Yes. In terms of like actively trading, taking long, shorts, yes. On stocks, I'll DC every so often, but I'm not taking profit. I mostly hold that stuff for the long term. Like AMD, bright future for AMD. Not selling anytime soon. I wish I could separate the level 2 data here from just the price point. Make that easy to see so I can have a full-blown chart here. I can move this down, but I still like to have my trades and stuff over here. I guess I could do that, but kind of ruins the point, doesn't it? I guess that works. But now where's the, see what I'm talking about? There we go. Okay, where do you secure your stuff? My stuff? And my long-term hodl stuff? I used to use Ledger a long time ago, but I just download hardware wallets and use premium flash drives. They like sell little caps for flash drives. There's no chance for corrosion or anything like that. Man, Triumph. Yeah, so much going on, man. Miko, what's going on, man? I didn't see you there. My bad. Long to 18,960. Open for a retest of 19,550. Oh, we will see. Kind of rooting against you right now, but we have plenty of opportunities for long, so if we have to get back in one, obviously we already have the long open on BTC. If ADA can get back up at this level, I'll go ahead and jump into it, but right now it's not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. Especially coming out of this descending triangle here. Like I said, I don't really like paying attention to these types of patterns, but it is what it is. But I'll be hopping off here shortly, guys. Hopefully tomorrow and through tonight we see a continued drop on XRP. I've had some absolute XRP bangers. Can't go all the way back in my order history here, but had some really good trades on XRP, and I'm hoping that this is another one. Just watch BTC on the 5 second to see a defensive fight. I stopped paying for that subscription. Like the fact, like the only thing that I need a premium subscription for anymore nowadays is the fact that I use alerts, and that's it. I don't use indicators anymore, so I don't have to pay to have multiple indicators on my screen. I don't look at the 5 second chart anymore. I don't need that. I mean, the only thing that's like really useful is like historical data and being able to look at more using smaller time frames. But besides that, there's really nothing else. Dump it. Thoughts on Kite? I talked about it earlier. There's nothing of interest to me. There's no lower time frame trades. The original long entry that I was in, I got stopped out of. Like I said, that's not a trade that I necessarily was going to take in the first place. It was just something for my friend to get an example of what an ABC is, and I want to show him how to make a live trade. So even though we're kind of back at that entry and kind of hovering around it, I'm not taking it again. Like I said, 1420 is my entry. If we get back above 1420, I will go long for sure. But this is just too small for me to take advantage of. I'd rather go with the larger time frame. Anyways, if we do go back up and we start skyrocketing, I'll have Bitcoin and ADA. There's going to be my two long trade guys. Might throw something in KDA, but I don't know if I will or not. Get back above $1.42 maybe, but until that point. How do you calculate the percent you risk if you're in too many positions? For example, if your risk is 10% of your portfolio, it should never be that, by the way. Do you risk 10% to each position? I wouldn't do that. That sounds like a bad idea altogether. I use 0.9% risk to like 0.8% to 1% right now. So if I enter 4 trades, most of the time those 4 trades are not all consecutive longs, but that'll be 4% risk. Technically, from a mathematical standpoint, I can use 4% risk. And you never know, like one coin might get better performance than the other. So it's just kind of rolling the dice on that. But if I have 4 trades open, I'm usually 2% long, 2% short. All right, keep your risk low. Telling you right now, man. Like, I hope you get lucky, but if you that's what that is. If you're using 10% risk consistently, unless you have incredible win percentage, or you're making some crazy R&Rs, you're gonna get stomped. If market will pump in future, Shiba / Doge make interest. No. Like, hodling Shiba, I can almost give you that because Shiba's technically deflationary. Hodling Doge makes no sense. No sense. Doge is designed to be hyperinflationary. Doge encourages you to spend your money, not hold it. Bitcoin, store value. Doge, currency used for transactions on a daily basis. All right, that's what the dollar is. All right, the dollar is not meant to hold its value. Plain and simple. Now, can inflation get out of control? Yes. But the dollar has always been designed to be inflationary because it encourages a free-flowing economy. If everybody was just stacking their dollars and not spending it, you would just have hoarding. All right. Even billionaires and millionaires spend money like it's nothing. All right. But obviously they're doing investments and stuff. They're putting money back in the economy. You know, they hope to make more, but it's still that mentality. They know if they just hold on to their money, it's not going anywhere. In terms of making any money, it's actually losing. But I got no interest in Shiba, even given that fact. A good entry for ADA for a long? You asking? Or are you saying that right now is? If ADA gets back above this level, that's where I'm going to take my long. 40 cents, pretty much exactly. Actually, a little bit further up here. Yeah. Pretty much on the money, 40 cents. Because that will be coming off of this ABC right here. But there's nothing at the moment right now. It's crazy. Like, I caught the long at 18,872. Well, you caught the bottom of this trend, but me personally, like, this is all a single downtrend. I mean, yeah, if you cut it up on smaller time frames, you can say like ABC here, and then you can say like ABC here. But to me, it's kind of dangerous right now to be taking longs. Like I said, technically, I'm still holding my long from 18,466, even though my long position entry is here. But that's where I took it from. That's where all the profit came from. All right, guys. I'm going to head off for today. Go chillax. I appreciate you being here. Pretty exciting day so far. I hope that we continue to the downside because that's currently my potential money maker. If we go shooting back up to the upside, I'm still on my BTC long, and I'm going to be taking an ADA long. I'll post that in the Discord for anybody that needs it. But yeah, that's about it. go ahead and sign off and say goodbye. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be leaving on the 20th, and then I probably won't be back until the 23rd. And that is approaching very fast. All right. It felt like I had a lot more time to prepare for that trip, but I got to go get some stuff done over the next couple of days. Make sure everything's going to go smoothly. And yeah, appreciate you. Trevor, see you, buddy. Johnny, thank you very much, man. I'll see you on Discord. Triumph, we got to get you a new PC someday, man. Got to keep grinding that market. Anton, goodbye, man. I'll see you tomorrow. He says, Spaghetti Yeti, are you rocking Hakanishi with the ABC entries? Yeah. So everything that I do is based off of real-time price action. So no candle body closes. I don't need the candle to close above or below, whatever it might be. So I use Hakanishi candles because they're easier to look at and find trends with. That's plain and simple. No other reason beyond that. Upside down head, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you enjoying. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Trade safe as always, and hopefully you make the big bucks come here soon. Beard's coming back in. I gotta get the neck beard all squared away before I start looking too scruffy. But all right, guys. Into my soul. Bye.